morning, guys. The workers here. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll show you what we're doing today. Yesterday, not much happened. Just a few things were done inside. Not much to share. So today is should be a full day here because the weather's nice today. Because we had days yesterday was sort of half rainy, half sunny, and it's hard when you're doing walls with cement, new cement that it won't stick. So it's a very delicate situation, but things are moving along. We're really hoping that maybe in the by next week, early next week, I could start painting them. And before I go back to Canada and start painting this. So this bigger, I would consider a big job on the exterior of the house would be pretty much done, except last piece of the puzzle is going to be the barbecue, which I'll show you how we're going to build it. Just I'm not sure if I mentioned this on previous videos because we've gone back and forth on how we're doing it, but I will show you today. But before doing so, take a look at the day. These are my kind of colors, right? And I'm sure Pico will probably be clear today. It was cleared last night. There's my friend. The sheep. Can't see the goat, but he's over there. There he is. And lots of cows up there. There's my piece of Switzerland or Ireland. As you can see, it's very green, and I'm already seeing lots of whale boats kind of coming around. There's a lot of whales and dolphins out here, and the boats tend to come to this side of the island, and around Lajes quite a bit. I would say more than in the north side. Yeah, there's more boats coming from there. So let me just show you the wall. I'm going to go down here from this balcony. Let's mention to Laura that the succulents are growing like crazy, look wonderful. Yeah, so he's putting like a frame so we can basically do the cement here. Right here, see? And this part is going to be white, right? Just like this side. I could have already started painting this, but I really wanted to do it all at once in one shot, you know. So it's good to see some progress. I think with the white there, with this and the dark balcony, it's going to be a good contrast. So let me go show you the most of the walls up there on this side. The side patio are done. Hey, Rui. So yeah, so as you can see, this actually turned out well. That was the last things to be done. And I can, let me just show you. So these will be done hopefully today as well. And he's gonna go as far as you can go. Last piece of the puzzle is gonna be this part. This is gonna be the area for the barbecue. Decided to put the barbecue here, the actual cooking area with a little chimney right here. A counter all the way across up to here, and then we'll have this space here. Just I think we'll put like maybe a small gas barbecue in case people don't want to use the wood one, and a little sink counter. And I think it's going to look good because it's positioned away from the house. In there, it's going to be, I'm going to put a little lounge, a couch, kind of sitting area, eventually cover it, and where I'm standing, place to eat, a table with an umbrella. I'm sure Laura's going to put lots of plants around here, so we can definitely visualize it. And but the key now is to get this. I thought this would be done 2 weeks ago already, but so it is what it is, and you guys already know what that is. Yeah, so let's go back in the house. Everything seems to be working. The appliances so far, just have to do the dishwasher. Let me open this window actually. I don't know. Get some more air in. Wow, oh, can't get enough of that. I guess if you guys are watching this and I keep saying I can't get enough of it, it's almost like I'm seeing it for the first time, but as you know, it's not. One other thing we're gonna do here, to do with the RENO, these windows, there's two here in the hall, but the ones that were here before, a bit of character. We didn't want to replace these other windows in the back because it's just a lot of money. We decided to wait. And we were gonna seal them completely, but we decided not to because this, when we open this, it makes a huge difference on the air that comes in from the hall, which is more directed to the living space. With those windows open, it really aerates it. I know there's the other windows open on the other part of the house. It's not the same. I've noticed that. So I decided we've decided to just keep it in the way we just decided to not seal it and keep it open. I think that's it for now. Let's just I'll give you a bit of let's take a look at here. Let's take a look at the goat. So these windows here in this room, there's two of them. I've cleaned them. They're fine for now. Actually, kept a bit of the character. Oh, there's the goat right there. And it's like, this is the kind of house where you get, it's constant views. You get so much light coming in, different vantage points, depending where the wind is, right? This is the outside. So this one thing we fell in love with the house, it just had a lot of windows, a lot of light. This is the view you get when you're taking a shower. I mean, come on. Yeah, there's the goat there. So we just wanted the house that wasn't dark, it was bright, and everywhere you look, you can just see the outside. And then we decided, okay, I know a lot of people here sometimes don't pay a lot of attention to the outside of the house, like lounging, like creating lots of lounges. It's usually a place to cook, to sit, have a meal. We wanted to really create a few different areas that you can change around and spend time looking at a different view. That's really what we decided. Good friends of ours now came in through the channel, became followers, Manny and Jillian. Before they going back to Canada, they paid me a visit yesterday. It was nice seeing them, guys. Hope you guys have a good flight back home. And they brought me this bottle of wine from Douro. Oh, I'm gonna love that. And they also brought my mom's favorite fruit. Mãe, olha, figos. Ok? Não sei. Penso que não sei se vou levar uns para trás, mas eu penso que é melhor a mãe vir aqui ao Pico. É o melhor lugar é o melhor lugar para a mãe ter esses figos que a mãe gosta. Got this avocado from Lash, starting to give. Oh, it's almost getting ready. And yeah, so that's it. So it's a bit of an update. I'm going to be working. Actually, I should touch on something else. Actually, we got to be careful with the camera. Laura's been telling me don't swing the camera around too much. Working remotely, this is just nothing to do with the RENO, but sometimes I find myself sitting here, right? And then you have the view there, right? And it's one thing that's really exploding. Is a lot of people will be coming, sometimes they're here for 2-3 months, sometimes maybe even longer, and work remotely. So the island itself, people are setting up for that, and I think that's really good. And when I'm sitting here, I kind of feel, it's definitely it's what a place to work remotely here in the Azores. Logistically, affordability, a lot of beautiful kind of away from it all on an island. I think it'd be the perfect place. So if any of you are thinking of working remotely and you have any questions, just send me a quick note. I just wanted to give a shout out to, we actually had a meal yesterday at the tea house. We've been there before. A variety of food, more like small plates, really enjoyed it. So I wanted to mention that, a lot of us have friends, and some of us have older friends as far as we've known them from childhood, basically. My friend Joe Oliveira and his family are here right now. He was born in Laje like me, and his brother Fernando was just here. We grew up in Oakville together, same street, called the Southview Gang. Also, there's another gentleman here, Norbert Maciel, nicknamed Shalika, was also part of the Southview gang, and it's great that years later we can reconnect on the island. It was really nice. So a shout out to you guys, Joe, Fernando, and Shalika. We'll see you later tonight, right, Norbert? Nibs, as I call him. And I just think it adds to, to have these friends that you had for a long time. Sometimes you don't cheat, you see each other for a long time and then you reconnect. It's important to have those kinds of friends. Those are really deep rooted, I guess. A lot of people from Portugal that live here, know people from Canada, they've been there together, now they're here, they reconnect, and I think that's, hopefully that will continue. I just wanted to mention, and this is more to do with you guys, your followers that follow our channel on a regular basis. As you know, I've been meeting quite a few this year, especially during the feasts. I'm glad you guys come up and say hello, and you all have your unique stories while you're here, while you're visiting. It's something we like to hear, Laura and I. Thanks for supporting and following the channel. To the end of another day here. Louis has been here since this morning. He's still going at it. It looks like the walls on the front and on the side now are completely done, which is amazing. I did a lot of cleaning today. I've been trying to clean the floor, just trying to get as much dirt out as possible. What else did I do today? A few other things, basically computer stuff. It's always juggling, right? So, but I think Louis might actually be working on the barbecue. Let's take a look. As you can see, all the edging has been done here, nice and smooth. Now it's just drying. It'll carry on here probably tomorrow, I'm thinking. And yeah, he's working on the barbecue, and he's already measured to put in the frame in order to build a cement counter, and so that's going to look really good, I think, when it's done, and hopefully it's not much longer. The rest of the week, I'm just hoping that these walls will be ready for me and dried, so I can maybe start painting next Monday and Tuesday. And before I go back to Canada, this would be nice and white and look a lot better. Yeah, my energy is a bit low right now. I don't know if you guys can tell, yeah, it's just I'll probably catch a second wind soon. It's been a long day. A lot of brain. When you're thinking a lot, you're kind of trying to work with your brain. It really tires me out more than physical, even though I did some physical stuff today. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully the rest of the wall will be done. It rained a lot earlier for about half hour. I actually had to cover the wall here because it was just freshly cemented, and water is not good for it. But then it stopped, and it's been like this, sunny. As the bell's tolling here at the church, we will leave you with the look of the Pico covered in clouds. See you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, another great morning here in Sao Mateus on Pico Island. Just a light breeze, the blue skies, blue ocean, and just had a nice little light breakfast, coffee, and I realized I was eating some figs with some toast with fig jam. Love figs. So many figs here on Pico. This is that time of year. As they pick grapes, they also pick figs, Like I mentioned before, you can pretty much grow everything here. Woke up a little later today. I just had a little bit extra sleep. We were invited for I was invited for a barbecue yesterday at our friend Roberto's house, Maciel. And my cousin Louis was there, Sylvia, Louise, their families, and Joe. He's going back to Canada today, so it's like a going away dinner, and it's always good to do that. And I always find that here, people do take the time to get together with their families, and especially on Sundays. Sometimes it has to be during the week, but I think that's important. It's always been like that, and I think that's something that continues. It's strong. The bond of family is strong. And friends, good friends, and thanks for the invitation, Norbert, and it was great. Cataplana, linguiça, nham, bolo, pão de milho, vinho, CRF, I think was that drink. We had a few nightcaps. Anyways, it's great to be with my cousins and friends. All right, so back to the RENO now. It's also good that Rui is here, and not good. He's basically, how did he describe it? He's just doing edges. He's doing these kind of finer things that you got to take your time, and that's what he's doing right now. And it's great to look over to my left and see some hammering, and because it's been, it gets frustrated, but you also got to realize that as long as the good work's being done and understand why it's delaying, or try to, because sometimes you don't understand. You kind of know it, but you just have to go with it. Just part of life here on the island. These are things that need to improve. Hopefully they will. Yeah, so to analyze renovations, so for some of you that are thinking of doing this at some point, just very quickly, because eventually soon we'll do one that will talk more in depth about things, but why would it take longer? Well, there's only a few reasons. One, it could be that they're juggling, which sometimes they feel like they always need to do because they don't think they're going to get work coming. And I tell, if you're a good worker, you're always going to have work. He has another job, he comes back and forth, and but sometimes he says, okay, I'm coming next week, and then it's raining the whole week, so then that's another week, and it's this can go on. Next thing you know, a month goes by, 2 months go by. It's not for the faint of heart. I will not discourage anyone from doing it. I would do this again. To have more knowledge now, I would be prepared. You're always going to pay more than you think you're going to pay, and it's going to take longer, period. Because I think it's important for immigrants or expats, the ones that are coming, they want to rebuild. A lot of people are asking me, hey, I have this house, and it was left, and I'm thinking of doing this, and we have a little chat, and I feel the energy that they really want to do it, and I think they should. They just got to plan for it. I think that's the key. Talk to as many people that have done it as possible, and just take it easy, take your time, do a plan, and whatever that plan is, add to it the length of how long it will take, and don't settle for any worker, because then it will take even longer, or the job won't be done properly. That's really, I kind of woke up this morning with that on my mind when I saw Rui here working, kind of taking his time, making sure everything's right. He's also, he's going to be doing my barbecue. And sure, I've never done it. I don't know anything about it. He asked me, what do you think? You want this? You want that? So we have this good relationship communication. But a lot of times I just say, look, what would you do? Because at the end of the day, I don't know, really. And it's a bit scary, but you know what? It's okay if things are turning out, and there's not going to be perfection. But I just want to tell you guys that are thinking of doing this to just don't do it. I know things are, that could be a little frustrating, and materials sometimes are not here, sometimes the service sucks and all these things. So, but when it's done, you're going to be very happy, I think, especially if you have a place that you can call partial home here, home whole year, a month out of the year, it doesn't matter, because sitting here this morning, either here or when I'm in Lodge, but obviously the rain was here, and I'm kind of, this feels good, it feels right. I wish Laura was here. You always, but right now, she being Canada, me being here, so it's good because she gets to analyze this from afar, and then when I'm there, I'll analyze this from there as well, and we're always connected, so it's good. It's just you like to share when things are going on. You like to have someone with you that you care about to be sharing everything with. But we've shared a lot. Trust me, the last 2 or 3 years of this RENO, We've had some, disagreements. That's going to happen unless you're doing it by yourself. You might even argue with yourself. But that's all part of it, because out of the disagreement you might have with your better half, something good usually results from it, and you take longer to do it, then you finally do it. Say, shit, thank God we did it this way. By the way, those figs are from Manny. He left them off the other day. I've been eating figs every day now. I think I have another day or two of them. It's great. And when you're here, if you're here at this time of year, make sure you grab some of those, because you're gonna love it. Anyways, I think that's it. Not much is gonna happen. If there's anything worth sharing, I will. And if not, then I think tomorrow there's more things happening. You might be working on the churrasco, and I'll film that. Anyways, a little blabbing right now, but that's what I felt like doing. And before I let you go for now, I'm just going to turn the camera, and you're going to see the usual blues here. See? I wasn't lying. The usual, my neighbors or my guests eating the grass there. And there's Rui there doing some good work. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Right now we're at a property we have, piece of land down by the coast, Sao Mateus, and look how nice it is. I just decided to show you a little bit. Been picking some blackberries as well, and yeah, it's a great piece of property. This is where we're have a plan to do a bit of a glamping project. This is just the interior of a little forest that's here, and let me just take you down. Little break here from the RENO. I decided just to pop down. I didn't want to put off doing the video for Blue Eddy, and I'll quickly just in the forest, and then you have the ocean. A bit of 4 cabins here at the beginning, and then carry on. See, beautiful, nice healthy forest, pine trees, all types of trees, cedar, faya, incenso. I have shown a little bit of this property, but not a lot. I don't spend a lot of time down here, but since I'm down here now, maybe you guys can take a quick look. It's all about sharing, right? There's a cabin's gonna go on right here. This will be nice for, look how nice it is. And when the Pico is covered, it's right behind us. Lovely place. Pico's just over here. Right back there. But it's cloudy right now. Close to the base. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat some blackberries that I picked. It's very hot right now. Let's go back into the shade. You know what? I feel like I'm in the Amazon. This is the Amazon of Pico. It's quiet in here. This is the diversity of the Azores. There's these little forests pretty much throughout the island. Sometimes it's a little cluster, sometimes they're big. But this is our own little forest here. Love this area down by the coast, in between the top and the bottom. Some water. Agua fresca. Thanks for hanging out on this RENO video. So I think it's always good to kind of, as we're sharing things about the house, it's good to kind of throw in a few other things. That, again, it's what I'm doing. And sometimes it just fits right in. Right now we just decided to come down, or I decided to come down. Been clearing, because these trees, these bushes, they grow like crazy, as you know. So I have to come here once in a while and kind of, especially where our paths are, just kind of cut them down. And I might have to do this again before I go back. And like I said, I've been testing this Blue Eddy power bank. It's the lowest version that they have, power, but it does its job. And I mean, I'm only using it to do what I need to do with it, pretty much. The weed whacker, recharging power tools, using the power tools. It's up to 600 watts, which most of those can take it. And recharge phone. I can bring my computer even down here and use it for a while if I need to. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool device. It's lightweight. Anyways, you'll see the video. When it's ready, we'll link it to some of the other videos. And I just want to thank Blue Eddy, if you're watching, for sending that over. And it's going to be a very honest, basically, I'm not going to say it's a review. It's just showing how I'm using it and why I like it. Okay, so anyways, let me show you the amores here.
I don't know if you can see this. Look. So many of these this time of year, you can just get in a jam that you make from this. Is incredible. I've been eating these. God, how big these are. You just got to watch it because I've already cut my legs. These things are thorns like you wouldn't believe. You'll survive on Pico. Things grow wild out here. Figs. Obviously, at this time of year, there's grapes, blackberry. What else? Obviously, you have a rod, the fishing rod. You can go catch some fish. People are going to constantly invite you, especially down here in Sao Mateus at the Adegas area. They're always inviting. They're cooking. Hey, come on in. Have a little bit of food. It's good. I'm not going to be here for too long. It's very hot. In here is nice, though. And do a bit more work and go back up. Rui, our worker here, he was supposed to come today, but conditions not very good. So he's gonna come tomorrow, continue working here on the, I guess, the barbecue area. He has finished basically most of the walls, which is great, and I'll give you a little bit more update on that when he's here. Today, even with the wind, I had more weeding to do before I leave next week. There will be people staying here, family members, on and off. So the house won't be completely empty. A few people looking in on the house. But today, I mean, it was just windy as I'm doing it, pulling the weeds from the path, from the front garden. I had to put all the pots of the plants down because a couple of them had tipped over a little bit, especially the small ones, because that's how strong this wind is. Totally overcast. You can see the water's choppy. But that's how it is here in the Azores. Some of you that have been here, this is what happens. You can go from like a super sunny day, calm, to something comes through, get a little bit of the nature, a little upset, but we enjoy it. We always mention that when we're in it, that it's not horrible or anything. It's just part of it. It's part of the lifestyle. To be in an island in the middle of the North Atlantic, basically. There'll be more things to do when we come back, but for now, I think I'm happy with the progress. Considering, sure, we want to be a little further ahead. With the big job that I'm going to try doing is painting the walls. So I have to let it dry a little bit more, and hopefully maybe Friday, I don't know, I'll have to see how the weather is. I can do that. Okay, I think it won't take that long, but it'll be nice to leave here with these walls up, right? So yeah, so appreciate you hanging out. Some of you, obviously these videos get kind of long. You won't be till the end watching this, but the ones that are, yeah, this is all part of it. So if any of you are considering coming or even buying a vacation home, hanging out for a month or two. We actually met followers that have come here. Maybe I'll give a shout out to Greg and Anna. They actually live in Paris, Ontario. So anyways, I took them around. Actually met up for lunch. They took me out for lunch, kind of just, they came to check out the house. They follow the channel, so they know what's going on. They actually have experience in building houses and so forth. So it's kind of great to share back and forth their experience, our experience, kind of a lot of like-minded, along with some of the other ones that I've already met and mentioned. But this is what's happening. But for the ones that come here, this is all part of it. I try to put it out there as raw as I can, where it's not always going to be, fun and games, drinking wine, 24/7. There's going to be some, things happening that you're going to have to adjust to, the weather, or the climate, or just workers and just the way things are. I would say 80% of the time we totally enjoy these islands, Pico Island. We love everything about it pretty much. There's not much to complain about except, you get a lot of the complaints through these RENO updates. Other than that, most of the other videos are feasts and landscaping, scenery, road trips, activities, whale watching, and hopefully in the future when this is finished, we can do some videos where we're just lounging and kind of go back doing more of those. But for now, this is what we do, and this is what we have to share with you guys. All right, so see you tomorrow. A lot of wind again today. I actually tried filming outside, talking into as well audio. Not good. So I'm gonna actually repeat what you're gonna see what I filmed. So basically, I was just getting you up to date. Rui has been here, even though the conditions is not the best. But he's already put in the, I guess, the form for the counter, which is starting to look really nice. So you can already picture where the counter is gonna go. He's gonna cement that, and then there'll be a sink, the barbecue, the counter, and I'll be able to put some tile on it. If I think we're gonna do a nice tile, some Portuguese style tile. He's also brought in the plumbing to do the water, to bring the water from the back, which would then, we're gonna have a hose on the outside of the wall. We're leading up to the patio, and he's also gonna bring water for the faucet for the sink. So all that is in place. So hopefully tomorrow he can put all that in. And I also went to Pico Dutra to get the brick for inside the churrasco. Got some glass for the windows we broke at Nunes. So it's been one of those days, but the weather, when it's windy like this, and it's actually, it threatens to rain some more, so you're at the mercy of nature, basically. But yeah, now it's just doing the priority things on the list that I have left to do before I leave, and that's it. So today was a bit running around, actually. I had to go pay for my car fee, the annual fee, which is due in October. But they allowed me to pay before I leave, so everything's cleared. I went to talk to the accountant. Just always stuff to learn, taxes, the way it's set up, so when we do rent it, we do everything the right way, according to the law. And I also went to talk to Ivo, the notary, in case of renting it out or leasing, either long-term especially. You need to have some lease in place, and I want to make sure everything is on the up and up. We need to put more power to the electricity here. Once in a while it goes down, and I got my electrical guy coming in here. Came in yesterday, Nuno. He came in, and he just told me, yeah, you gotta pump up the voltage. So that's something I'll do. I don't have to do it now because we're not going to be using it, but when we get back, that's one of the first things we're going to do. I'm just trying to think yesterday, what else? Oh, we talked about air conditioning. We are going to be putting some air conditioning in here. And I'll show you actually where it's going to go. One of them is going to be in here. So I'm going to get a quote from, because Nuno and his boss, they do this. It's an electric company. They do this. They'll install it. They'll buy them. So I'm going to get a quote for basically 2 units, because we're going to put one there, which should give enough. It's going to be strong enough to really either heat up or bring some air conditioning into the place. And then the other one, I was thinking putting one in each bedroom, and maybe we will at the end of the day. And if we do on this bedroom, it'll be right over there. And this is the room that gets the less, the sun will move forward, so it's always cooler here. The other bedroom, which is the front bedroom, it'll go on that wall. And this wall is it's the old part of the building, so it's very thick. But it'll go up there. And so if we do go with just putting in one bedroom, this is going to be the one we're going to use, we're going to put in. So this is all things we got to do when we come back, but we at least know how much it's going to cost, the whole process. And that wall is blocked, so it was added afterwards, so it'll be easier to get to the outside. I think that's it as far as an update. Yeah, and this is the windows from the inside, where I broke 2 windows here, and definitely this needs to be fixed before we go, or I go. I think that's it.